Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower.
Here.
Commissioner Patton.
Here.
Commissioner Webb.
Here.
Commissioner Goss.
Here.
Mayor Ranella.
Here. Any additions or subtractions or corrections to the meeting of July 9th, 2018? Hearing none, those will be approved. Anybody here for public comment? No, you're on the agenda. Okay. Let's get to it. Okay, number one, Greater Egypt Regional Planning and Development Commission, approval of agreement for CDBG grant, consultation, other professional services. This is $30,000. It's just administration fees for a grant that we've received. We need the council's approval to pay.
Make that motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Hearing no further discussion, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower.
Yay.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Goss.
Yay.
Mayor Ranella.
Yay. Number two?
This is the open lead man position that was open as a result of Rick Herring's retirement. Brent and I, we did interviews last Friday afternoon, and he had 3 interviewees. They all were well-suited candidates. It was a pretty tough decision. In the end, it came down to a combination of experience and qualifications, so we went with Scott McConnell. That'd be my motion.
Got a motion to accept, promote Scott Connell, the lead man at the sewer department?
I'll second.
Got a second? Any discussion? Hearing none. Call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower.
Yay.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Goss.
Yay.
Mayor Ranella.
Yay.
Excuse me, Commissioner, is that effective today, or,
You know, we don't have a date on there.
that's why I was wondering if it was.
It would,
Might be at the,
it would be actually effective tomorrow at the labor agreement scale.
Okay.
would it be like for the next pay period for the?
Well, yeah, well, I don't know, when's pay period?
It could be.
No, it'll start tomorrow. It'll be effective tomorrow, so if he has,
The period we're in started on Saturday.
so that's good.
So yeah, we're good.
Good.
Perfect.
He just misses one day of it.
He's,
Oh, come on, Steve.
You guys, I don't care.
Yeah.
However you want to do it. It's your call.
Well, actually, probably in all reality, he's been doing that job since
Last week.
Rick left, so.
you say the pay period started Saturday?
Saturday, right.
I mean, it's,
Actually, today would be the
Yeah.
first day for them.
right, yeah, so he don't work on Saturdays anyway.
Yeah, so if you want to start it today.
Yeah.
He'd have a full pay period in.
Sure.
That's his wishes.
Effective this morning.
That's Commissioner's wishes, that's what we'll do. Start today. Douglas?
I'm going to defer to Jim on this. Yeah, I'm going to pitch it for Commissioner Patton.
Yes.
Pitch it. We'll make a motion for council approval to purchase a T595 T4 Bobcat compact loader. You can see the pricing here. The total bid is $69,096.74 minus a $5,000 trade-in, and then minus a $22,372.42 municipal discount. So that puts the total at $41,724.32. Talking to Doug, this is the only bid received, but you know, with a Bobcat, you got many attachments, so you really can't swap vendors on a Bobcat type machine. So my motion would be go ahead and accept this Bobcat track loader.
Okay, got a motion?
I'll second it.
Got a second? Hearing no discussion, clerk call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower.
Yay.
Commissioner Patton.
Abstain.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Goss.
Yay.
Mayor Ranella.
Yay. Jim?
Item 4 is we're seeking council approval to receive a grant from the Department of Homeland Security, and it's called the Assistance to Firefighters Grant in the amount of $55,429. However, there is a cost match condition of 5%, which, so our part would be $2,771. I talked to the fire chief just a little while ago, and we do have that money budgeted, so we're in good shape there, so. But we're gonna, we applied for this before and didn't get it, but we was fortunate to get it this go-around, but these grants will be used to purchase an exhaust system for the truck bays. That we can, they can run them inside the bays if they need to for maintenance or whatever, so, but with that, I'd make that a motion to receive this grant.
Second.
Got a motion and a second?
Yeah, you seconded it.
Any further discussion? Call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Vanella?
Yay.
Item 5, Police Department. As we all know, dispatching has really been busy at Police Department, and I'm going to refer to Police Chief Tom Deeney to describe what we got tonight.
We've been tracking the number over the last couple of months since we took over the 911, and our calls have almost tripled. So I received an increase in our dispatcher grant of $4,000 a month, so we'll now be getting $13,000 a month in our dispatch grant. So I'm asking to hire 2 additional part-time dispatchers. We have a void in our midnight shift from approximately 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. that we're having to fill to ensure that we have 2 dispatchers in communications, and which it's costing overtime, 7 nights a week. So I figure just with the addition of 1 part-timer able to go in and help fill that shift, we're going to save almost $16,000 a year. So, but with 2 part-time dispatchers, I think we should be able to fill several of the holes to ensure better service.
With that, I'd make a motion to approve to hire 2 part-time dispatchers.
And that's just on midnight shift?
That shift is, yeah. But I mean, there's several other shifts. We have some day shift and evening shift because of just because of the call volume. They actually need another person in there. There's times where there are usually always 3 dispatchers in there, except for from like 3 to 7 a.m. But the rest of the time there's 3. But there are times when we need 4 in there, especially to ensure that our officers in Marion are able to have someone dedicated just to the traffic for our officers.
I'll second that.
Don, you mentioned the $13,000 a month for the dispatch grant. Do you foresee that ever going away, or probably only increasing, or?
Not right now. I mean, the ETSB is doing pretty well right now, so.
What was
That's stable right now. The only thing I can see changing about that is if a couple years down the line, the state decides that they want to force us to have regional dispatch centers.
Okay.
Which
Don't give me any idea.
may not happen.
And that's in as much as, that in as much as the problem as where we're here today, because they, in their infinite wisdom, took away one of our PSAP centers, and actually Williamson County was ahead of the game in dispatching, next generation, everything involved.
Yeah,
We're way ahead of.
we're way ahead of the entire. We're way ahead of the
We
entire
still
state.
are. So.
Yeah, we're still way ahead of the entire state and our NG 911 system, and so. But like I said.
Can we keep the overtime of these 2 individuals to $4,000 a month?
Yeah, they're part-time, they won't get overtime. But,
No.
I mean, the overtime, yeah, the overtime will be diminished.
Keep their salaries to $4,000 a month.
Yes, they'll be working less than 20 hours a week.
Okay. All right. Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner
Yeah, I'll make it.
Webb and second by Commissioner Hightower. Is any further discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb,
Yay.
Commissioner Goss,
Yay.
Mayor Vanella.
Yay. Commissioner, do you have bids?
Okay, you with me?
Yes, number 6.
Glenn? Where's Glenn? I'll lead you on these bids. I don't have it in my packet.
Bids are 10 o'clock tomorrow. Bids will be open at 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It said
Okay, so
there.
we can table this till 11:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why I say we don't
Right.
have bids today to give.
Bids will be 10 tomorrow.
But we need to have a special meeting to have them for tomorrow.
We're going to have a continuing meeting at 11:30 tomorrow.
Right.
Can you
So
be
this
here?
will be tabled. Yeah, I can make it. Barely,
Yeah. Okay,
11:30.
yes,
11:30.
yep. Okay. Number 7 is the approval of resignation of Dustin Myers, production specialist from the Marion Cultural and Civic Center as of August the 1st, 2018.
Yeah, he's resigning to assume another job, and they will be, actually, they already have some interviews arranged because he sent in his resignation letter several weeks ago.
Okay. What's your pleasure?
Make a motion to accept that resignation of Dustin Myers.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Hearing no further discussion, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower,
Yay.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb,
Yay.
Commissioner Goss,
Yay.
Mayor Vanella.
Yay. Is Chris here?
Oh, number,
Oh, number 8, I'm sorry. Yeah, Ryan Melvin is part-time janitor.
yes, and that's just to work as needed when they have large events.
Okay,
Make that motion.
got a motion?
Second.
Second? Hearing no further discussion, call the roll. Yeah, these guys are a little bit slow on this side of the table for whatever reason, I don't know. Yeah, got a motion second, clerk call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower.
Yay.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Goss.
Yay.
Mayor Vanella.
Yay.
Council, Mayor, good evening. For Hub Recreation Center, my first agenda item is requesting approval of a new job classification for Silver Sneakers instructor at $18 an hour. Currently we have our base rate of pay for instructors at $15 an hour. In some respects, it's a challenge to actually maintain and to attract new instructors. We have a very specialized position in Silver Sneakers instruction. We have to offer Silver Sneakers classes in order to be maintained as a authorized Silver Sneakers facility. We currently have one instructor of that job classification. We have another that's teaching a Silver Sneakers splash class, but we are short of that, and to incentivize that particular job classification with a rate, not for one individual, but for a job classification, what I'm requesting is that council approval of a new job classification for that position.
Can you give a brief synopsis of what the job entails?
Yes, it's Silver Sneakers, that national program, essentially, and as an authorized Silver Sneakers facility, we have individuals that are seniors that actually get memberships, and we get reimbursement from that program, from that national program, Tivity Healthways. That position as an instructor is to teach Silver Sneakers Classic, Silver Sneakers Cardio Fit, Boom, a number of different classes. That individual may have those individual certifications to teach, but they have to have that with that particular organization.
So are you saying part of the salary is offset by some of those monies we get for having that?
Yes, and that's one of the rare things. I mean, we think of it as being offset relative to group instruction anyway, because we garner memberships, because some people get memberships solely or largely for group exercise. However, we do see back from Silver Sneakers, and this happens nationally with multiple, just thousands of fitness centers, recreation centers, and that reimbursement comes back to us in very, very real earmarked specified dollars. So it's a critical piece relative to having that instructor, and we have one currently. We plan to send some for training, but we also want to attract others that either have that certification or go ahead and get it themselves if they're a new instructor. So that particular rate, $3 above what our base rate is also $2 below what we currently pay our single instructor for that program. On the land-based side of Silver Sneakers program. So I feel at this time we need to do that in order to incentivize and shore up that particular job classification so we can secure that. We truly need, for that instructor's backup and to cover this without canceling classes, we truly need 2 to 3 of those types of instructors minimally. We won't offer any more hours per week for that class than what we already intend to, but we do need to cover those 7 hours a week essentially on the land-based and 3 hours a week is that right, Jared? 3 hours a week, 5 hours a week on the aquatic side. We'd like to offer some more Silver Sneakers, but that's what our current budget allows for on both the land-based side fitness center as well as the aquatic center.
What's the age demographic for Silver Sneakers?
Well, anyone can actually take those classes, but it's 60 and up, and we get probably about 60, I would say 65 to 78 years old or so, but that is 60 and up for that particular program.
Was it the insurance company that actually pays or the government?
Yeah, it's an organization, Tivity Healthways, originally Silver Sneakers, it still goes by Silver Sneakers, but that organization pays it. There's a number of different reimbursement methods from insurance companies, different plans that people have, but that's one particular.
I've heard some seniors say they have it and some don't.
Yeah, that's correct. So if their insurance company, it covers them under their insurance company, then they can get their full $30 a month membership reimbursed. So some plans do not cover it. So then they get $30, and then they pay us $30 for that senior membership. But we encourage all seniors, all individuals really to join in those classes. We don't restrict the classes, whether they're a Silver Sneakers member or not, but we do need to offer it in order to be maintained as an authorized Silver Sneakers facility.
What's the membership? Well, I say the membership, what's the class size generally?
Class size ranges between 24 and 35. I mean, we've got 40 Silver Sneakers chairs because some of it's chair exercise, some of it's out of the chair. So we actually can sometimes, see 30 to 33 students, probably an average about 26 per class. And that's why right now we're currently doing it in the gymnasium, which is a little push and pull relative to facility space use, but we fill those classes. And our Silver Sneakers splash classes are very high attendance as well.
Yep.
So that's my request for that we have to do something in that area. We also, I think, have to incentivize, it seems like a very high rate of pay, but they are part-time, and in order to get these instructors, these certified instructors, that's where we are with it, and they do an amazing job to actually serve those seniors and non-seniors within the group exercise program. And that's part of the fitness department as a whole on the land-based side and aquatics on the water exercise.
I'd make a motion to approve this new job classification, Silver Sneakers instructor.
Got a motion? Got a second? Any further discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower,
Yay.
Commissioner Patton,
Yay.
Commissioner Webb,
Yay.
Commissioner Gauss,
Yay.
Mayor Ranella.
Yay.
Okay. On item 10, it's part-time employee recommendations. We've got 2. One of those is Tanya Koffel, group exercise instructor at $15 an hour, and Silver Sneakers instructor, as she is certified in that, at $18 an hour, and group aquatic fitness instructor in aquatics at $20 an hour. And then Erin Marani, thank you. Fitness attendant at $9 an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd make a motion to approve these part-time recommendations.
Second.
Motion and second. Hearing no discussion, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Renella?
Yay.
Okay, council approval of an additional job classification that exists already by Bethany Pickens for tackle football sports staff at $9 an hour, flag football sports staff at $9 an hour. She's currently a camp counselor, and we're needing potentially some assistance for the football program this season. So likewise, Michaela Allred, tackle football sports staff at $9 an hour, and flag football staff at $9 an hour.
I'd make a motion to approve these additional job classifications.
Second.
Got a motion second.
Can we do a split vote? The first one, I'm going to have to abstain because I'm related to her, Anthony.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Do you need me to rephrase each one, or?
Yeah, do piecemeal.
Yes.
Do it that way.
Okay. So for the first individual for additional job classification, Bethany Pickens for tackle football sports staff at $9 an hour, flag football sports staff at $9 an hour.
Okay.
I'd make that motion.
Got a motion?
I'll second it.
And got a second.
Abstain.
Hearing no further discussion, call the roll.
Okay, Commissioner Hightower?
Abstain.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Renella?
Yay.
Okay, second individual, Michaela Allred, tackle football sports staff at $9 an hour, and flag football staff at $9 an hour.
I'd make that motion.
Got a motion and a second.
Second.
Hearing no further discussion, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Renella?
Yay.
Okay, item 12, requesting council approval of a salary position for Cindy Hunt with a pay discussed in executive session on July 9th of 2018.
Job description, everything's been written up.
Yes,
What is the job description?
I'm sorry. Existing job description, and in addition to that, that's what her current job description is.
Is what?
Pardon me?
What is her job description now? Does that have to do with the training center?
She has a job description of customer service representative with facility rentals, cafe supervision, which includes all facility rentals, plus birthday parties and cafe supervision. And within that, guys, is additional facilities, and that would be the training center.
And she understands that she'll maintain her Monday, Friday commitment to the training center.
That's correct.
Okay.
Does the job description call for that?
Does it call for that? No, it was called for an executive session, reaffirmed in executive session.
Well, executive session, we're
But
not in
I
session.
think we do need a job description revision to specifically include that, and I would
We certainly.
and I would do that.
Job description, because the way I understood it, you couldn't let, and I didn't want to get personalities involved. To me, this is strictly a business economics 101 matter. It's a matter of dollars and cents.
And it's
kind of evolved different than that. It shouldn't
yeah,
have got.
and it's service to those individuals in the facility as well as rental of that facility.
And we're not working on dollars and cents. And the job description has to be, the way I heard you say, that it required a full 40 hours there and would require a full 8 hours attendance at this training center as part of her job description. Is that correct?
It's getting the job done in both places.
No.
That's not what
It's essentially working to accomplish both areas,
No.
and that is what was discussed.
I know you and I don't have any problem with this thing, but it wasn't discussed this way. As we understood it, she had to be required to be 40 hours at the training center because you couldn't let.
No, not 40 hours, 8 hours at the training center is what we discussed.
I checked the minutes.
Not 40 hours at the training center, Monday, Friday, 8 hours at the training center.
No, that's not what, I don't believe the minutes will reflect that. I was told that you couldn't let her off early because she had required to be there, and that's fine.
It's a salaried position, and she would probably put in probably put in, and I'm not going to give a number, but she always puts in above and beyond. And that's a salaried position, so I think it's irrelevant relative to the 8 hours at training center on Monday, Friday. She gets that job done, and she gets the job done at the hub.
It's not irrelevant. The point is, somebody needs to be there 8 hours, Mondays and Fridays.
That's correct, and she will be.
They have to be there.
Yes.
Okay. And 40 hours at the hub.
Yeah, I mean, that's
48 hours, basically.
what was discussed was she's going to get her job done at the hub. I don't want her to not be there at 40 hours because she does such a great job at the hub. However, you can count on her doing much more than that because she loves what she does.
This evolved.
But it's a salaried position, and she's going to have her time
Just a moment,
in.
Chris, just a moment. This evolved into personalities, and it's not personality. It's a question
That's
of
good.
dollars and cents.
Yes.
Now, that's where we are. Right now, with this raise of $7,600 that is being proposed.
For the time that she puts in, it's actually a decrease in pay.
No, for $7,600 proposed raise in the salary for 8 hours extra work at the hub. Now, that computes
training
down.
center.
It computes down if you use about 45 weeks, because you lose Christmas, you lose some holidays. That computes out to about 360 hours that would be spent at the hub. And you divide that into $7,600, that comes out to $21 an hour, 21.11 cents an hour. Now, we have three options in my book. We can pay $21 for somebody to go down there and just sit there, because that's the only job she has, is to sit there until it's closed.
It's inaccurate.
No,
It's
not
their setting
inaccurate.
there.
It is not inaccurate. That's all her responsibilities were to start with. They rent that building down there. That building's theirs to be rented as they see please, as they please. Okay, it's not her job to tell them how to do that, or whoever's down there. Or we can hire a part-time janitor, as we just did, for $9 an hour and do the same thing. Or,
Even though she does cleaning, I'm not talking about a janitor, and those are not her duties.
let me finish, please. Her duty is just to go
Okay.
down there.
Yes, sir.
Just to go down there and sit. Her duty is not, and she has no duties in this thing. Her duty is just to go down there and be a representative of the city. That's what we all said. We need a representative of the city. That's all we need.
We defined,
No, we didn't.
we defined duties,
Well, yeah.
and she does need to be a representative of the city, yes.
Yes, be a
And that's what she,
Right. That's long before this all got started. Now, we have three options, $21 an hour, $9 an hour, or, as the city attorney has told me, I don't want to misquote him, and the insurance agents has both told me, that the city does not need anybody down there, period. We can either do it for nothing, or we can pay $9 an hour, or we can pay $21. It's business economics 101. There's all my issues on this thing.
It's coordinator oversight.
Well,
It is a city representative.
Yeah, we have a city-
So respectfully,
but the city representative was just to be a representative, not to run the event. The event, they'd hire that building, pay $60 a night to run it, and they're entitled to run it as they see please. We don't have the authority to send somebody down there, tell them how to run that.
to operate their functions? No.
right.
No, we don't do that.
But you do, try to.
No,
Well,
no,
we won't get
they
into that
have
for it.
a great deal of free rein relative to what their activities are in the realm of safety and, just
Yeah.
appropriate operation. And you know that relative to whether
I
it's,
can understand. I can understand defending your position, but my position as a representative of the citizens, it's my duty to try to spend the money as best we can spend it. And in my book, 101 economics says if you can get something done for nothing, it's better than paying $9 or it's better than paying $21.
and that's where the difference is, I don't believe you can get the same thing
Oh,
for the
yeah.
$9 an hour.
You don't-
And that's where the difference lies.
You don't have a
But-
representative down there, Chris.
But it was agreed upon in executive session that the position would be salaried,
That was what went on in the executive session now.
which represents a reduction, a significant reduction in her pay. Yes, she will be there 8 hours per week at the training center.
Okay, and then, now, another thing that I understood the council to say, it was necessary to have somebody, a city representative in the building when it's open.
Yes,
It had nothing to do with you. Now,
On those days.
if we have it Monday and Friday, and John A. Logan's there Tuesday and Thursday, we don't have anybody there Tuesday and Thursday.
We didn't, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Why not? Because we say up here that it's necessary that we have somebody in there. If the building's open, I've heard this for weeks, is we got to have somebody if the building's open, we need them there. We need them Monday and Fridays, but we don't need them Tuesday and Thursdays. I don't quite understand that.
The Monday, Friday was agreed upon executive session for her position.
We don't 100%. It was discussed down there.
Okay, all right.
Chris,
That's
just
my
one last,
point.
just one last point of clarification. Just make sure I'm voting on what I believe I'm voting on. So in addition to her 40 hours that she puts in at the hub, she's going to also put 8 whatever hours in at the training center. So a minimum of 48 hours a week is going to be the amount of hours she worked, and that's why we're accommodating her with a 7,000 plus
Let me,
increase.
all right, she is, we are moving her to a salaried position at a rate of, we agreed upon, of $44,000 a year. It doesn't matter, you know, that's for 2,080 hours. Salaried personnel can work any numbers of hours beyond that, and most do in a salaried position. You know, Steve, how much do you put in a week? You put in 40 hours a week?
I'll roughly put in 50 or a little bit more.
That's right. It's the salary position at a rate of 44,000. My interpretation of what we agreed upon the other night is as long as she did her duties at the hub, and then her 4 hours on Monday and Friday there with the, I believe you named several different certifications that she held, AED, blah, 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 things like that. And that was the
Food handlers.
Yes, and that was some of the criteria that we thought, or some of us thought on this council was important and pertinent to having that someone there to represent the city. Now, John A. Logan told us they didn't require anybody there. They didn't care to have anybody there. That's fine, you know, but for this, and I think you were the ones that mentioned the age demographics of the people there, that we felt that was a very important thing for us to have somebody there.
And we stipulated to that, it's just
Yes.
the money.
And I agree. Now, I also agree that we need to rewrite the job description to clarify that.
Yes, the time
And,
spent.
but it, you know,
The duties that are part of it.
Right. So I think Johnny's concern is he don't want her to work 32 hours at the hub and then 8 hours there, and then you're still only working 40 hours with a $7,000 plus increase in pay.
Well, not really, Angelo. I just want to make sure that this 8 hours is 8 hours.
Yes.
And I won't go further.
And I'm responsible for verifying that because I do sign off on
Again,
it.
for you to answer as a council, why do we, the theory that we had to have somebody there because it's open and it's a city building, all of a sudden we don't need them for John A. Logan.
Okay, the difference
I
in,
heard you say one time a heart attack had happened.
there is an instructor present when John A. Logan is there, they're teachers.
Yeah.
And they have a certificate of insurance, an additional certificate of insurance that they've provided.
that's right. John A. Logan provides insurance. I think we're really not comparing apples and oranges here. That is a class sponsored by John A. Logan, and it's under their insurance umbrella that they provide for the rental of that facility. These people are just a group of people that come off the street and rent that from the city of Marion for a dance
Yes.
and socialization on Friday and Monday nights. I think we're talking about two entirely different things. And we as a council, you know, well, I'll say we as a council, I think it was the majority of the council agrees that because of certain things with that group, that, you know, and, you know, food being there, the different demographics of their age, you know, those, we've had several occasions, those individuals have fallen and gotten hurt, and our representative was there to aid them, that we felt it was in the best interest of the city to have somebody there. And when you go to salaried personnel, you're at the beck and call of the city, whether we need you for 40 hours a week or 80 hours a week. And we asked her specifically, I asked her specifically, do you understand that? You know, you're going to work for Chris at the hub as he needs you there, and then you're going to be at the training center for 4 hours a night on Monday and Friday. And she nodded in the affirmative.
So Beck and Cole, are you anticipating her to put in 40 hours at the hub?
Yeah, she will willfully. I encourage all management, I mean, there's some that put in exorbitant hours, there's some that hold pretty close to 40 to 45 that are salaried. The hourly, there's a couple there still, and we watch that, and overtime has to be approved. In that case, I know that she will voluntarily put that in like the others who are salaried. It also encourages them to work smarter, more sensibly relative to having some balance in life, but they put in what they need to get that job done and go above and beyond with the job.
Yeah, and as a salaried employee of the city of Marion, she is no longer eligible for overtime.
Correct.
He understands that.
Yep.
I go back to, and I'll finish my little protest, but I prefer to take the word of the city attorney and our insurance man that says we don't need anyone. If we do need anyone,
Relative to liability,
why do we going to pay $21 an hour to get the same thing done you get done for $9?
Johnny, I don't think anybody's
divide that
disagreeing
money
with that.
up.
That's what we agreed or the majority of the council agreed to in executive session, and now we're in open session talking about this. We all understood that, no, we're not required by our insurance to have somebody there. You know, we chose to.
Okay.
There was 20-some odd thousand X dollars paid in overtime for that training center
Correct.
last year.
Right.
She's getting a $7,000 raise to salary. You know, we're still saving $14,000+.
As you're cutting the hours down there in half too, Mayor.
well, you're still,
Now, 16, you're cutting it to 8. And it still boils down to 20.
we're saving 14 and we're still operating the training center.
I would rather give the $21 to split it up among some of these people that aren't making that. But I don't think it's fair to the other employees to have someone paid that. And it's not an individual, it's economics. I'll go back to 101. It's $1 and cents. And if you guys think it's well spent to spend $21 versus 9 or even 0, fine, let's vote it and we'll all be happy. And I'll go on my way and never say no more.
I just don't think that we can find a $9 an hour person with the certifications that she
Oh,
has.
that certification is,
No, you
that's
And with the,
that's not,
as a coordinator with the commitment that she's demonstrated.
that,
And I would, if you don't want to put a name on it, that's fine. I could say that about any one of our coordinators at the hub, that person would step in and be committed and stay in that position and follow through more than many of the $9 an hour rate that we would just hire off the
well,
street.
you
And
never risen before.
and that does not diminish that our part-time employees are committed, they certainly are, but we're talking about a coordinator position at that coordinator level to ensure that there's follow-through.
How many $9 an hour janitors do we continually fill at these council sessions? All the time,
Yes,
you know, and you get what you pay for.
yes.
Well, we don't have to pay for anything, though, Mayor.
Market is more competitive and we're...
We don't, but,
We can go for 0 and not worry about it.
well,
Now, the next issue, how do we get it in the budget? It's not in the budget.
It
it will come out of his
No,
budget.
no. Steve told us last time, it's not in the budget. It is not in the hub's budget. We've been paying $26 an hour without it being in the budget.
No.
No, Steve said the overtime wasn't in the budget.
That's right.
This is under the hub's wages.
Oh, this is what you call a little shell game.
No,
No, it's not.
the overtime was not placed in the budget.
A shell game, guys. It's money, and you're paying it under different, you're gonna cover it up.
I originally, as you know, I originally intended for it to be a salaried position.
I, for one, guys, have tried to spend the money wisely and where it's deserved. That's all I'm talking about, it has nothing to do with it.
I think we could go through a list of everything and we
We're not
could
going
continue
through
on,
it.
but we are not getting anywhere as far as discussion. And if the council wants to move on this,
Well, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. If we're talking about budgets and what's in budgets, then from this day forward, as long as I sit here in this chair, we'll live by that budget. And if we bring anything before this council that's not in a budget, then we will not vote on it.
No, that is not the way it was. Steve said last time, it's a simple matter, and you agreed that we can amend the budget by merely saying we amend the budget, and then we make it legal.
We've amended, we've had appropriation amendments before in this city.
Sure we can, and
We do
Many things
it
are in the
every
budget.
year.
it's simple to do it.
But it's very simple to do.
I have no problem if you want to put it in the
But-
budget, it just needs to be in the budget, that's
You
all
know.
I'm saying.
Steve said the overtime wasn't in the budget. Is that what you said, Steve?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, that's coming from the city treasurer. The overtime was not in the budget.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're reducing the overtime.
It's a pretty simple thing, all you got to do is say amend the budget here to include what it is, it makes it
Well, I think
simple.
we can, we generally amend the budget towards the end of the fiscal year, is that right?
That is correct.
That is correct.
That's it,
Thank you.
not an issue, go ahead.
Thank you.
I'd make a motion to approve the salary position of Cindy Hunt with pay as discussed in executive session for $44,000 even, and for the budget to be amended whenever our city treasurer thinks it's a wise time to do that, to reflect.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion?
no, just make clear that, I mean, she's going to be getting her duty descriptions, outlining her extra duties. And my understanding, again, is that she's going to be working extra hours, and also in light of her certifications, that's beneficial to the demographic she'll be serving.
I want that job description before the council on the August 13th meeting, as amended. And I think you've seen the reflections that was discussed here tonight. And those should be included in that job description. Okay?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. Hearing no further discussion, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower.
Yay.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Goss.
No,
Mayor Vanella.
Yay. Ooh,
Okay. Could I change the tone just a little bit?
no,
Please, please.
no. We had a spirited discussion, and that's good.
It was great. It was,
good.
yes. I want to go on record, I'm so proud of our Hub Manta rays and our swim team. They have worked cooperatively with Eliana and Sissel, our organizations, the summer swim team leagues, to an extent that there's year-round participation of the swimmers in our area with the Hub Manta rays, and they are in the process now, just very recently, breaking 20 and 30-year records with that cooperative effort between the organizations of the Hub and the summer leagues of the Marion Marlins and the Heron Tiger Sharks. We're seeing those records fall, 20, 30-year records, and it's a cooperative effort relative to coaches on both teams. So I wanted to just basically express my pride and appreciation for Jared King, our coordinator, all the coaches, the head coach, Melise Oakley, and all the coaches, Kanan Rosado, Tyler Underwood, any others to mention. There's a whole coaching team, and
Jessica Pemberton also.
yeah, Jessica.
Okay, I got a suggestion for you. We have a young lady that works in the treasurer's office. Her name's Lisa Clendenin. She's got two nieces from Salem that every time, that when they had the Marion Invitational, their last name is Montgomery. And we need to bring them down here. I mean, I don't know how you folks do that in the swimming world. And, you know, Rich Herron used to get dads' jobs in Old Bend Coal to have good basketball teams back in the day, but no, it was, it was just, every time, the young one is now breaking the old ones, and I say old ones, she's only a couple years older, record. Everything that she had as a record, this young one is breaking. So, quite the swimmers, but congratulations to our swimmers, and I'm glad to see that, we're getting kids from Heron to come over and be a part of this, and just being together with kids from Marion and for a good effort.
Yes. I mentioned the coaching team, but the swimmers, we're there for them, and I want to say, great job to the swimmers on all those
Not
teams.
very old, what, a year?
That's right.
Yeah.
Not even a year, yeah.
Chris? Yeah, and we, at our first meet in Kentucky last year, we did very well, didn't we?
One of our swimmers actually made the Bloomington Regional Championship meet his first race ever in the 50 freestyle, and he's one of the individuals that broke the record here at Marion. So we're very proud of our whole team. We're about 60 members and growing, and looking to make a difference in this area. We're the most southerly Illinois swim club. So we're facing kids from Chicago. That upper level of competition comes from up north, and kids are holding their own and doing a great job.
Now, I see look like some events going on out there at Fossey Park at that pool. Is that the same thing, or?
That's the Marlins.
Okay.
Great Falls, yes.
Okay.
Two separate teams.
Okay.
They got a mural painted on the back of the bleachers now. Have you seen that?
I have. It's awful pretty.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, the Uka-Tia,
Yeah.
that's one of their team cheers. And actually, if you talk to Tyler Underwood, he's one of our assistant coaches, and he's an assistant coach for over there.
Yeah.
He's the fellow leading those cheers. It's a team spirit thing.
Oh, okay.
That's their favorite cheers.
Yeah.
So they memorialize it on the back of their stand.
Okay, good. Anything else? Everybody's blood pressure calming down? How you doing? Are you okay? You're good. Okay, let's go. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, number 13, I'd like to table for further clarification. Actually had, and I'll tell you what it is, Steve Taylor from Auto Credit came into my office. I called Steve Hale over. He's got some big issues there. There's a 60-inch drain tile coming off of, well, Glenn, where's Brian? Brian knows about it. Coming off of 13 underneath his parking lot.
North to south, so
Yeah.
from the road to the north of him to 13, across the property.
And it is,
Bottom's gone.
yeah, it's gone. It is sunken in his parking lot, but, and this would be entirely up to you guys, but he needs some help. It's probably $90,000 job, and he was wanting some help.
Like $500 or something.
A week? No. Actually, I think we need to get some clarification if it's actually legal for us to even do that. Jacobs and Klein, they're not in the office this week, so,
They'll be in, Nick will be in tomorrow.
okay, so we can move on that. It was Steve's suggestion that we do get an economic development agreement with them for, if we can do it, and then we can go from there, but, he doesn't want to move his business out of Marion, but he can't let people, he's very limited now to the amount of cars he can get on that lot. If you drive by there before, his cars wall to wall, and now he's lost over half of his lot. So, it's something we can discuss. We'll put this under old business. It's something we can discuss at our next council meeting. So, but be thinking about it. But like I said, he doesn't want to move out of Marion, but the possibility of him, because he can't use that lot, that's a possibility. He'll have to move his operations to one of his other towns that he's in, Benton, Carbondale, Mount Vernon, one of those. So that's, and for your information, I think it's in here, that means that would be a loss of about $68,000 a year in sales tax revenue if he did decide to move. So but we need to see if it's legal for us to do it first. So that's all on that. Okay, number 14. This is actually mandated by the state of Illinois, and it's got to be in place by August the 1st. Steve, you want to address this? It's actually,
It is not something you have to do, it's not mandated, but if you're going to do it, you have to do it before a deadline in August. There aren't many towers poles that the city has that this would even affect. There are some, my understanding, around the mall, and maybe one or two other in the city, and that's it. The biggest part of this is regulating the use of those poles. The law in Illinois has been amended to allow a variety of telecommunication devices to be placed, small cells, on top of our own poles. The biggest portion of this will allow you to regulate and keep a certain amount of that space for future needs for emergency purposes, emergency communications. It is also my understanding that in a couple of years, this is all going to be overruled by federal legislation. There's a big push for increased broadband width and allowing basically that industry to utilize city facilities for that purpose. The council may or may not know, I go up to Chicago often, spend some time with the people that drafted this. This comes from the home rule city attorneys meetings that I attend. Was a part of those discussions.
You'd recommend doing so?
It doesn't hurt.
It has not hurt us, to be quite honest. I don't think it'll be an issue for us. It is a serious issue up in Chicago. Most of the municipalities up there do own their own poles. And there is so much wire competition that space that they have is extremely limited for city use. So that's why it was necessary.
We're putting all ours underground here.
There's been a push to change a lot of the industry. They're becoming smaller.
Yeah.
And power sources can be regulated, requiring them to have their own meter rather than just feeding off the light and you paying for it.
Yep.
That's addressed in that ordinance as well.
Would you like to apologize to Steve, because you're always saying lawyers never do nothing? Look here, they've met up in Chicago and they've come up with an ordinance.
Hey, I'm not going to talk about it, Steve. He may be the judge for long.
Oh, that's right.
Don't mess with him now.
We'll see. I'm working on that.
Yeah,
No, don't
okay.
mess with the judge.
I have a worthy opponent.
Yeah. Okay, what's your pleasure here?
I make a motion to adopt ordinance 3458.
I'll second.
I've got a motion and a second.
Yeah.
Call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Vanella?
Yay. Number 14, Mr. Gunn was before us last council meeting, and they have a back-to-school gathering at Jones Park, have had for many years. His uncle had did it previously. We've donated $250 to that cause, and it's been a worthy cause for these kids. And it's my recommendation that we do it again. James, you have anything else you want to add to that?
No, nothing further than what we discussed the last time.
You want to refresh my, but what time does that start again?
That starts at 12 o'clock on August the 11th, and it goes till 4, which will probably go till 6 or 7, but
And
we just try to...
I'm going to get you a cooker from the park so we don't have a little Weber out there.
we've got a couple of big smokers that we pull down there. So.
Okay, all right, good, all right.
But I mean, anything,
The 250.
we appreciate it.
Okay, all right, good. If you need it, I can arrange for it then.
All right.
All right, okay, we have a motion for, do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Vanella?
Yay. Okay, number 16, this is something John and I started 3 years ago. It's electronic recycling. It has grown every year, and I'm sorry, and Terrence, I didn't want to leave my main guy out, because he's actually the one that hooked us up with this place in St. Louis, and he knew him from his Alton days, so, anyway, but, last couple of years, we have filled a semi-tractor trailer full. I think, was it last year or the year before last, we had to get, 2 years, we've had to get Thompson to bring us an additional one. This is a budgeted item that we've put in the budget to spend up to, what, 5,000, 4,000, 5,000?
Something like that.
Yeah, Steve, your treasurer, you don't know what it is?
Miguel was the one who filled that budget out.
Oh, okay, all right. It's $4,000 or $5,000, but it's a budget item. It's great. It allows everybody to get rid of their own electronics that they're no longer in use. It takes in a lot of different things. You can bring lawnmowers there, I think batteries and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that they can bring, but these guys do a heck of a job. You've never seen people stack and wrap electronics. I thought in the first year we did it, we had all of Goss's old TVs that he scammed people on, and
They were still under warranty.
and sold to them, and I thought all those, we had every console TV in Marion in our possession, but we found out last year we was wrong. They had more, so, and there's no telling, and it's.
Mayor Butler had to relinquish his, didn't he, or something?
Yeah, last year he got rid of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mayor's.
Yeah, the mayor's, it took 2 people to get it, to pick it up and get it out of the house, but they brought it down and had to, and so anyway, it's actually a budgeted item. It's under $5,000, but it's something that's beneficial to this city. Do other people from outside of Marion come? Yes, we had a lady from Pope County there last year that drove all the way up here, and we wasn't about to tell her, no, we're not gonna take your TVs, and so.
You had some elderly, some handicapped.
And
Remember going around picking up TVs and Goss and
Yep.
people out the house.
Gosh,
We need to get this out early like Mayor Rennell is doing.
yeah,
So you'll be planning on it, people can plan in October, they can get rid of all that stuff.
yes, and, we may need to do some big-time advertising
Yeah.
again, and we know anybody that's got a paper or anything like that, we could put it in for free? Thank you. No, anyway, but it's a good thing, and just want the council approval to move forward with it.
Be my motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Vanella?
Yay. Yay. Okay, I want to, here again, reach out to our engineers, Brian and Glenn. They've give us adjustments of $380 and $213.75 that they didn't charge us for projects, and here again, it just shows you that their commitment to the city and making this city a better place, and they work hard for us. Can pick up a phone, call them anytime, and they're more than willing to find something out for you and to help you in any way. So almost $600 here they knocked off of their fees, and we appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Commissioner Hightower?
Good.
Commissioner Patton?
I'm good, sir. Nothing further.
Motion to pay the monthly bills and funds become available.
I'll second.
Got a motion second, call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Vanella?
Yay.
Motion to pay the consent agenda.
Second. Second.
Call the roll.
Commissioner Hightower?
Yay.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Goss?
Yay.
Mayor Ranella.
Yay. Okay, we'll continue this meeting till 11:30 a.m. Tomorrow. At that 10 o'clock, we're going to open the bids for the halfway road project, that much anticipated project that's going to bring 50 new jobs into Marion, going to ease congestion on Carbon Street, especially Carbon and Main, when it's completed. But the main thing is we're bringing jobs to Marion by being able to do this project.
Is that bid opening up here or at Glenn's office?
It'd be here. Here? Yeah. And still had 4 bids? 4 bids.
Yeah, we got 4 potential. How many, I know 3's turning them in, 4th one I don't know.
Okay.
And I know we'll have 3.
Okay. And that'd be at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So this is a total with water and sewer and everything, a $3.3 million project. This is the big road project of the year in Southern Illinois. There were no funds from the state for road projects here, and this $2 million plus 2.5 million on the road itself, something. Yeah, so
Hopefully I'm reflecting some good prices.
there's an engineer for you, wanting to get it cheap. But yeah, well, I mean, we may see that, so,
There's a lot of fight going on for it.
yep. We'll see how sharp the pencils are tomorrow, so, anything else? If not, we'll, continue this meeting till, 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you.
Did you not get a
Steve.
shirt, Jim? You did